Hey, it's math time. You ready to add and subtract? There are a whole lot of numbers. We're getting smarter with every math fact. Hello, friends, and welcome back to your third math lesson of the week. Well, before we get started, we have something special to do. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's time for a doubles quiz. Ready, set, go. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Very good. I hope you're getting better every day. That's what practice will do for you. When you practice, you just get a little bit better every single time until boom, you got it down. Okay, let's get started with math today. Yesterday we learned about a few different words that we're going to need to know in order to do today's lesson. Let's review. Yesterday we learned about the word horizontal. My arms are horizontal. We also learned about the words vertical. Right now my arms are vertical. Horizontal is flat, going across, vertical, straight up and down. I am horizontal. Now I am vertical. We also learned about the words column and rows. Rows go across horizontally. There is one row of candy canes. And columns go vertical, up and down. There are 3 columns of noodles. Or you could say there are 4 rows of noodles. 3 columns or 4 rows. We also learned about the word array yesterday. Now the word array has a meaning in math and it has a different meaning when you're not doing math. If I'm not doing math and I say, oh, look at that wide array of cats, it means that there are a lot of different kinds of cats. This is quite the array of cookbooks. That means I have a lot of different kinds of cookbooks. I bet all of you have a wide array of stuffed animals in your bedroom. All right, let's move on. When you're talking about the word array in math, it means something completely different. It's when you arrange something into columns and rows. So here is an array in math. Okay, very good. Now, before we get started, you're going to need counters. Today we're going to be building our own arrays. And I'd like you to please find 20 counters that you can use today. Okay, here we go. I've got my counters, my little pink monster faces, and I am ready to begin. Will you please take your counters and make 4 rows with 5 counters in each row? Ready, go. Make 4 rows and have 5 counters in each row. I have my counters built into an array, and so do you. Now, remember, when you're making an array, you have to be very careful to line up the columns and line up the rows very neatly. You cannot just have a jumble of objects, or it's not called an array. You may be wondering why we're doing this. What is the point of putting your objects into rows and columns and making an array? Well, you're going to really be glad that you understand what an array is next year when you get to 3rd grade, because we use these a lot when we're learning how to multiply numbers together. So here we go. I have an array right now when I have 4 rows of 5. Now, these rows are in beautiful equal groups, which means that we can use repeated addition to figure out how many we have all together in our array. I could just point to the rows and count by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. Lovely. This array has 20 items in it. Now, think about this. What would you have to do if I asked you to make 5 columns with 4 items in each column? Did you figure it out? You don't have to do anything. If you already have 4 rows with 5 in each row, that means you automatically have 5 columns with 4 in each column. You don't have to change a thing. The arrays are kind of fun like that. You can get 2 completely different problems out of it. It all just depends on how you're looking at it. Are you looking at the rows or are you looking at the columns? Now I would like you to please do this. Take your counters and put them to the side and then build me a new array. I would like you to please make an array that has 3 rows of 4. Ready, go. Right, very good. We now have an array that has 3 rows of 4, and we could use repeated addition to figure out how many items are in this array. It would be 4 plus 4 plus 4. And since 4 plus 4 is 8, I can easily figure out that 8 plus 4 is 12. I have 12 items all together in this array that I've built. Now, I would like you to please do something for me. Take a look at this array. Do not get rid of it. Instead, will you please add 1 more column to it? Now remember, I did not say row. The columns are vertical. They go up and down. Will you please add 1 more column to this array? All right, how many items should you have added if you added 1 more column? I hope you said 3 because that's the right answer. Yeah, if I was making a column and adding it to this array I already have, I'd be going vertically up and down and I would add 1, 2, 3 more counters. Now, how many items do I have in my new array? Well, I could just take my number that I knew I had before, 12, and add 3 more to it. That would be 15 items in this array. All right, very good, but now something has changed. The number that we have total has changed, but also something else has changed here. Can you think about what else has completely changed other than the total number of items in our array? Okay, let's see here. The number in the rows have changed. We used to have 3 rows with 4 in each row. Now we still have 3 rows, but we don't have 4 in each row anymore, do we? Now we have 5 in each row. So when you're adding or taking away from an array, you're going to be changing the number in the rows or perhaps the number of columns you have. Let's try something else with this array. Don't mess it up. Don't get rid of it. I'd like you to please take out 2 columns from this array. Just get rid of 2 columns. Ready, go. Okay, how many did you get rid of when you got rid of 2 columns? Yeah, each column had 3 in it, so you got rid of 3 plus 3, which is a sum of 6. And now your new array has something different in it. It has 3 rows still, but the number in each row has changed. Now I only have 1, 2, 3 in each row versus 5. Oh, and how many columns do we have? We used to have 5 columns, but then we took away 2. So now we have how many columns? Yep, just 3 columns left. 3 columns with 3 in each column. How many do we have all together now? Any way I do it, it's 3 plus 3. Look, 3 rows of 3 or 3 columns of 3. So it'd be 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. And 6 plus 3 is 9. Oh, I think you beat me on that one. Nice job. Okay, let's do one more. Will you please make me 2 rows of 7 with your counters? Ready, go. 2 rows of 7. Okay, so if I have 2 rows of 7, how many columns do I have and how many are in each column? Take a look at your array to try and figure that out. Hey, good job. You are really getting the hang of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I have 7 columns with 2 in each column. Or I could say that there are 2 rows with 7 in each row. Nice work. Now I'd like you to please take out 4 columns and let's see what we have left. Okay, yes, we only have 3 columns left with 2 in each column. Or you could say that I have 2 rows left with 3 in each row. No matter what, I'm going to get the same answer when I add these all up. If I count by 2s and count the column, how many are in each column, I'm going to go 2, 4, 6. If I count by 3s and count up how many are in each row, I'm going to get 3 plus 3, which is 6. It doesn't matter which way you add them up, you're still going to get the same sum. Nice work. Okay, that's about it for today's lesson. We're just really working with arrays and we want to fully understand them so that next year when we are multiplying, we're quick as lightning with it. Hey, thanks for joining me today for math. I'll see you soon. Please work on the activity that I attached to this video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.